Today, many fighting games have a player that takes a character to the next level. In the case of Brawlhalla, that character is Mordex. Whether you love him or hate him, Mordex has the highest play rate among any of the other Brawlhalla characters. Mordex is also credible for winning the Brawlhalla World Championship of 2018, DreamHack Summer 2019, Low Tier City 7, and in this year for Europe, winning the Steel Series Championship plus the Spring Championship. Many other fighting games have one signature character and player that come to mind. Smash Ultimate has MKLeo on his Joker, as well as Mortal Kombat having Sonic Fox on his Joker, but Brawlhalla doesn't have just one Mordex player. You see, unlike most fighting games, Brawlhalla has a very visible display of movement options that can be used to show off your skill. Players who have mastered this movement are those who reach the top pro level, and it seems like a lot of them end up being drawn towards Mordex over the other characters. This is also largely credited to the fact that the first notable Mordex main was Sandstorm, a player whose over-the-top knockouts led to major popularity and tournament success. If you've been watching Brawlhalla for a while, you may have heard of some of the notable Mordex mains. The first, of course, is Sandstorm, the 3-time solos world champion. The next would be Godly, the best player in all of Europe, undefeated in majors he's attended. Then we have Luna, current best player in North America and mid-season champion of the first land back in over 2 years. Lastly, one of my favorites is Pavelski, a top content creator as well as BCX champion known for his on-stream plays. All these players have been or are currently rank 1 in their region, so why is it Mordex? To be fair, it's popular to switch around characters. I mean, if they are pros, they have to adapt to the meta. An example of this would be Luna switching to Thor to counter Megd's Val and the grand finals of the mid-season championship. Instead of always counterpicking the opponent's character though, you want to stick to just one. At the top of competition, you want your reactions to come quick and natural, so fully understanding your character and what they can do in different situations leads to some amazing results.
A lot of resets. Off a D-light there.
Oh,
He's
gravity
still
cancel
going!
sideline.
L0! Oh my gosh!
Sandstorm is
He got the
Okay.
read. Oh, he nailed it.
gravity cancel sidelight too, and
So
then the right
hard.
amount of knockback using the lower.
Oh my
No,
God.
dude.
Oh my gosh!
Results as in hitting combos in the corner of the screen where you can't even see the opponent anymore. But why do all these top pros pick Mordex? In one of the oldest clips I can find of the first notable Mordex player, Doughbrain, caster Duke points out an important feature about the character.
Quite finished this stock. Doughbrain utilizing that down signature, the only signature in the game as of right now, where you can kind of decide where you want to throw him after it connects.
The directional input in Mordex attacks, along with his signature moves, separates him from majority of the other members in the cast. The flexibility of input control is paramount to why Sandstorm won Best 1v1 Highlight of the Year in 2018, then won it again in 2019, 3-stalking top player Noel in under 55 seconds. This ability to totally overkill your opponent was a huge appeal to Sandstorm, who I consider to be the first of many notable Mordex mains. Using Mordex, Sandstorm sent waves through the community, skyrocketing the play rate, and is most likely the reason the character is so popular to this day. Moving on to the present day, Godly is the current best European pro with 4 major title wins in a row. On top of that already amazing feat, he decided that it wasn't enough and switched regions to North America to challenge top pros in money matches, as well as winning a community tournament hosted outside of his own region. Godly in his return tournament after taking a year-long hiatus was in grand finals on the brink of a bracket reset. He was having a hard time stopping his opponent Akno, who went to their counter pick of Asuri to bring the series 2-2. Godly, mirroring perfectly that of Wrenched and Sandstorm, locked in Mordex to stop Akno from resetting the bracket. This switch to Mordex is where once again a top pro would become hooked on the amazing potential this character has in game. Godly was in losing favor of the final stock, until he decided to take his full health opponent off the ledge. Doing what Mordex does best, he used the directional inputs of Scythe to keep bringing Akno farther away from the ground. This key moment would be the momentum required for Godly to continue to use Mordex as his main pick. Taking some time after the Winter's Championship, we would see Godly use Mordex again to win Steel Series Championship and the Spring Championship. Interestingly, Godly is easy to spot out amongst other Mordex mains for his grounded playstyle, preferring to use Scythe as a bully weapon, guarding the stage more than the typical fashion of Sandstorm, who showed most of his Scythe prowess off stage. Also, it's important to note that Sandstorm had a large fundamental gap off stage against other pros, leaning more heavily into this offstage playstyle. Godly is enduring a much higher competitive era when it comes to in-game knowledge, forcing his Scythe to be just as good on stage as it is off stage, which aids in him being more of a grounded Mordex player. To be fair, Godly had a fairly flexible legend pool before sticking to Mordex. In comparison, Luna is a top pro previously known for his dominant tournament runs on Axe and Hammer, with a long-time affinity for Taros, a rather slow character. Crossing back over the Pacific Ocean back in North America, we have Luna, who has been practicing and placing well with Taros, with his first notable performance being 4th place in BCX 2021. So once again, why did another pro become drawn to Mordex? Doing some digging through old Twitch streams, Luna used Mordex to climb for 3000 elo, an extremely rare and hard to achieve feat that only few players have done. One thing Mordex does excellently well compared to the other characters is take away stocks off stage, with his wide range of signature use and his 2 weapons. This ability to kill off stage so quickly and efficiently is why you see Luna run Mordex in early brackets. In most of his tournaments, he tears up winner's side, but tournaments can go upwards of 7 hours, which is why taking stocks fast and not wasting energy in pools is essential for these bracket matches. I believe Luna, after playing Mordex so much in ranked and using him for money matches, became comfortable enough to play him in tourney, and uses him all the way until he reaches real resistance, then tends to fall back on his other picks. Oddly enough, however, he had to switch to his Taros to beat up-and-coming Mordex player Jetbean in a close winners finals match. Then when meeting him back in grand finals, he used Jiro, most likely because winner finals was so close he wasn't happy and decided to flex in the grand finals. Funny enough, actually, in an interview with his 2v2 teammate Pugsy, they show Luna's gameplay against Jetbean using Jiro, and Pugsy refers to this as him trolling in his ones matches. So far, Sandstorm appreciated the over-the-top combos offstage, Godly uses an adapted Mordex style to bully his opponents on and offstage, and Luna uses Mordex to save some energy and stomp his competition all the way to the grand finals. Then there's Pavelski. Loved by many for his popular Twitch streams and daily uploads, Pavelski has an iconic Fenrir Mordex skin spotting the esports V1 color scheme. 2 years ago, Pavelski went from tweeting his first time in top 8 to winning the European Championship during the most chaotic meta Brawlhalla has ever seen, then taking his competitive success to launch a successful streaming career as well as amass over 100,000 subscribers with daily uploads on his YouTube channel. And somehow, just like everyone else listed, he has found major success making a career off this game and eventually picking up Mordex. Originally, Pavelski was known for his guitar abilities and amazing comebacks on Lucian.
That was really good. The neutral sig to take it out, but man, stocks are tied up, but the damage is in the favor of Acno by far.
Damage is nuts.
Now, neither one of them will be eliminated from this game. They've already fought. Oh my, okay, yeah, buddy!
Pavelski, much like Sandstorm, is known from starting a combo on one side of the stage, then taking him and his opponent so far to the other side of the screen that you can't see either one of them. His most noticeable performance on Mordex was BCX 2021. In the losers semifinals, Pavelski had to face his former 2v2 teammate. They decided to disband their team due to poor performance, but Pavelski said he was mainly disappointed in himself for the team failing.
Maybe like recently, we both felt that we were holding each other back in twos. That's why we decided to split. But before that, I thought that I was holding him back. And I had very negative feelings about that, and I did my best to improve.
I'm guessing this left him with something to prove.
Cider gets the dodge read in, Pavelski gets the recovery and the
Oh,
down
snap.
air. That's it.
This easily was Pavelski's highest notable Mordex placement, netting him $3,500 and a 3rd place spot at the European BCX 2021. Okay, yes, Mordex is good. Yes, his stat line is near perfect. Yes, his weapons are also commonly at the top of the meta, but the same can be said for Val, Fate, Petra, and many other characters. At the time of making this video, Mordex has the highest play rate by a huge margin on the other characters, and I think the appeal of this character is on either weapon. If you pull off the right moves, you can make some of the most impossible moments happen that are much rarer on other characters. Pro players, once they are established in the scene, would like to eventually get on a highlight reel, and Mordex is a pretty quick way of doing that. On top of that, Mordex is just cool. His signatures flow well into his kit, he sounds cool, the ice, their werewolf theme, there's nothing not to like about this character. He will forever be associated with bringing in Brawlhalla millions of views. If anyone or even yourself can master movement plus this character, some of the luck it brought Brawlhalla can probably be shared with you too. Or maybe you could start something new. No one really looked into Mordex before Sandstorm showed off how strong he can really be. And if you gain anything from this, I hope you enjoyed a short breakdown of the massive success behind Mordex and the players that made him so iconic. Thank you so much for reaching it to the end of this video. I would really appreciate it if you like and subscribe for more Brawlhalla content, and I fully enjoyed doing a deep dive into the game to find each and every overlooked snippet of this character. I didn't even know there were community awards for top plays until looking into Mordex. Thank you all again for your patience, and I truly appreciate every single comment and try to get back to them all. I can't say it enough, but thank you once again, and I hope to see you next time.